The Sender from 1998. The government kidnaps a kid because she might have alien powers. Theme song.
Cartoons Reviews! Cartoons Reviews!
If you want to watch The Sender, check the link in the description below. So The Sender is the first in the second 4-film sci-fi collector set sci-fi 4-pack. And it's something. I think that it was a TV movie because it's in 4:3 and the opening credits have stuff in it like costume designer that films don't normally have. But I can't find anything about that online, about being to a TV movie, so I don't really know. Anyway, it's got Michael Madsen's our main character, and Lee Ermey, Ermey is playing what he always played. He was in the military drill sergeant, and he plays a drill sergeant type dude. So the movie starts in the 60s, and some Air Force pilots are flying over the Bermuda Triangle. And we know right away that this might not be a great movie because even though it tells us it's the 60s, these are prop planes. And I'm no expert on military planes, but I'm pretty sure that by the 60s, the military did not fly prop fighter planes. I'm pretty sure all the fighter planes by the 60s were jets. So anyway, one of them gets shot down by an alien. Then we jump to today, where the military has recovered the wreckage of the plane, and they're transporting it to a military base. Michael Madsen shows up because he's the son of the pilot who's been down.
Commander Grayson.
And so it's his plane, but Lee Ermey is in charge of some like Black Ops thing, and he threatens to throw him into brig. But at that moment, some alien conspiracy guys show up and steal the semi with the plane on it.
This cover-up must be exposed! No more lies!
A chase ensues. Now, why does the military want this plane wreckage? Who knows? It's never mentioned again. So the scene reveals a lot of red flag for the movie. One, this is my mean nitpicking, they use different fonts to tell you that it's in the 60s and then tell you it's in the present day. Now, maybe they're showing, we went from typewriters to computers. I don't give them that much credit. Then there's also the fact that we see the name of the pilot on the side of the plane.
Commander Grayson.
And he still has to say, this is my dad's plane.
This plane belonged to my father.
We get it. I think the last names tipped us off. Then there's the chase. It's really weird. Michael Madsen stops to put on a jacket. Now, why would he do that? I don't know. I'm sure it's not to cover the fact that when he jumps out of his car onto the back of the semi-trailer, that they only show him from behind. And so you can't tell if it's really him or a stunt guy. I'm sure that's really him, right? No. Or the fact that the military, Lee Ermey's has late model car, it's SUV, but the rest of them have these older cars, and they're all basically kind of look spray painted black. And I'm sure that's not because they get wrecked during the chase. Then during the chase, they pull the oldest trick in filmmaking. They're driving along and they cut, and instead of, maybe the second oldest, it could have been someone carrying a painted glass, but no, they have a big wall of boxes set up parallel to the opening of this hangar bay. Why? Who knows? And the semi runs through it, but one of the cars we cut somehow, it goes up and flips over. And the head stunt guy must have been really good at flipping over cars like that because they do it a lot. Then there's also the fact that Lee Ermey's character just straight up shoots and kills the alien conspiracy dudes. No warning shots, nothing. Similarly, later on, there are Michael Madsen and other characters are getting chased by helicopters. Helicopters just start straight up shooting their, machine guns, I guess 50 calibers, I don't know if they're actually 50 caliber or not, in the middle of a city. And they just show him like shooting up the glass on a building, no concern for life at all. But anyway, none of this really matters because, like I said, we never bring up the airplane again. The movie's really about Michael Madsen's character, his daughter. The kid has cancer that's miraculously healed. And the kid is like, oh, I want to go home, talk to the angels. The angels help me. It's like, oh, what is shocking. Turns out the alien's real. The angel is real and it's an alien. And when the alien first shows up, they have this very 70s look, very disco-y. And it turns out that the angel has helped heal the kid because the kid has some powers. She has a sender. Turns out Michael Madsen's family carry a gene, but that gene is only active in women. I don't know how that works. I'm no geneticist. And so they can send things, aka they can teleport things. And the alien is helping the kid learn how to do that. Well, the government then kidnaps the kid. I don't know, maybe they weren't aware of it until then. I don't know. And then the most of the movie is Madsen, who learns that the alien's real. The angel is an alien. So Madsen and the alien are trying to get the kid back from the government. That's what most of the movie's about. The alien just can look like anybody, but just happens to decide to look like a pretty white woman. And another thing that makes me think it's a TV movie, early on they do some teasing. She's like, oh, I need to recharge my batteries by letting the sun on my skin, but they don't actually show any skin. So I'm like, okay, they're just teasing us. And I will give the movie credit. They don't, besides that, where they kind of show her bare shoulders a couple times, they don't actually sexualize her, which, hey, good for them. There's lots of car chases, but it's lots of blah, 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 blah. Also surprising, Madsen and Alien don't really hook up until there's like a kiss at the very end. There are some scenes. They're like, oh, I don't understand your colloquial expressions. The car chases are solid, but I gotta say, Madsen really phones it in. There's a scene when they're in the alien spaceship that gets shot down, and the alien, she's like, oh, we've been hit, and he has no reaction at all.
I've lost rudder control. Lost cloaking. We're being pursued.
His character is also supposed to be in the Air Force. We first see him, he's in an Air Force uniform. Or maybe, I don't know, I'm no military person, but he's in a military uniform. But later on, he pulls a gun, and because he's Madsen, he does a gangland style, sideways. It's like the director didn't go, cut, your character's in the military. You would hold it the proper way. Then, the best part is this guy.
Colonel Rosewater.
This guy, he was in the X-Files as Mr. X for a few episodes. But man, that look is awesome. Really reminded me of Cameo, the Word Up. But that's really the only thing. Those are really the only things going for the movie. It's just boring. It's unremarkable. So I'm going to give The Sender 1 thumb down. Flip over some cards, like you're flipping tables. Watch it for this guy. Word up.